Everybody, welcome to Virtual Bourbon. My name is Steve Akley. We've got a fun night tonight. These are not related in any way. So McNew's taking over the Taste It series, and maybe it's because of this event. This is why we only got 11 people signed up, because they're not in any way related at all. It was just thrown together, and yeah, maybe McNew, and they always have to tie like you're doing them now. So maybe it makes sense.
Maybe.
We've got some fun ones. This is the order that we're going to be doing. So from Cooperstown Distillery, we're going to try Abner Doubleday, which is clearly one of the best bottles in bourbon. Shaped like a baseball, obviously. Cooperstown, one of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Abner Doubleday supposedly invented the game of baseball. Good-looking bottle overall. On the top has got a cool cork. So, but does it hold up with the bourbon? We shall see. We shall see. This one here, this is the only one that I saved out of the three tonight. Because again, we had about half of anticipated, so I kept that. So it's the Buffalo Trace Kosher Wheat recipe. So, and again, I have Sneak Creek. I have tried this on a show one time. So I liked it a lot. And then lastly, this one came up, Mr. Boston. I tried to get Wes to come on this, but he was busy tonight because he did the thing on Mr. Boston, and we talked a little bit. Does Mr. Boston do anything? It's a Sazerac brand. And yeah, they do this one item, this rock and rye. And literally like the Saturday after we did that event, I ran into this in Illinois. I saw it. And it was interesting. It's empty now, but when it was full, there's like a big orange slice floating in there. It's for, I guess, for flavor or something. So I don't know. But it's weird because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, there's that rock and rye that we were talking about. And then I saw something floating. I was like, what is that? Is that a mouse? What is it? Because it's like a not like a slice like you put in a cocktail, like a quarter, like a quarter of an orange. So I was like, it looked like it had body to it. I was like, what is that? And then I realized it's actually an orange. So yeah, no, because all the bottles had the same thing. So crazy, but should be interesting. And we're going to start it off with the Doubleday. And again, this comes from Cooperstown. It's a sourced product. I don't know where it comes from. They don't give you any hints here. What they say is, and this is classic bourbon industry speak here. It says produced and bottled by Cooperstown Distillery, Cooperstown, New York, and produced by sounds like they made it, right? But that's the way that you get around that sneakily. It needs to be distilled by if they actually made it. Produced by means that they put it together, bottled it, and to that. I don't know. Bob, lawyer, probably came up with this, right? If they were like, you could do produced by. Bob's our resident lawyer, other than Justine. Justine likes when Bob's on because Bob really was a lawyer, so he knows this stuff. So, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff they come up with, right, Bob?
Yeah, but then again, I last represented a client in anger in 1991. So.
Yeah, well, you still gotta have that stuff down. It never goes away. So let's pour Doubleday. See what we got with this one. All right. Okay.
I might have COVID. I can't smell anything. There's no nose.
It's a light nose. There's not much there. I'll give you that.
It's a little like florally.
Florally is good. Yeah.
I'll go there.
Yeah. Florally, light caramel.
I'm not getting that. I get like, I don't know, it's almost like smoky, tobacco-y something.
Okay. Well, let's give it a taste. See what comes out on the taste here. I mean, it's different. It honeysuckle, maybe like a breakfast drink too. Something going on there. Tang.
This stuff coming out of Texas?
It's out of New York. Maybe it's sourced from Texas. Yeah.
Did I miss? Did you say where it was distilled?
No, it does not say. It just says produced and bottled by.
And they don't call it out like straight or anything because it kind of tastes like NGS to me.
No, no. No. This is Doubleday bourbon. So, I mean,
Oh.
if it says bourbon on it, they can't, obviously, it can't be NGS. So it
Right.
does do that. But it's, I don't know what it is.
Got a bit of a something tangy, like a tangy aftertaste.
Like I said, tang like the breakfast drink. That's what it tastes like to me.
Kind of like, have you ever like, it's like an orange rind. Have you ever like the white stuff off
Mhm.
the orange rind? That's what it's like.
Yeah, which is not necessarily a pleasant tasting part of the orange.
No, but that's where the most like nutrients are.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like if you sprinkled cinnamon in your orange juice. And I don't recommend that.
Yeah, this looks like it
Interesting.
comes down to one of those where it's what's your evaluation? Oh, it's a great looking bottle for sure.
I was just gonna say it might be the bottle's the best thing about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it might be the situation in the bottle. The bottle is amazing. So it's got the autograph on there too. I don't know if that shows up. Yeah, I guess kind of.
Kinda, yeah. Hey, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a Willet pot still.
Yeah, where it looks really good on the shelf, but you just might want to leave it there.
Yeah. I want to ask Robert about where he's at.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, man.
Beautiful.
If that's his house, we're heading there.
it is my house.
It is?
Oh my goodness.
That is cool, man.
Looks like
Wow.
bourbon.
Yeah.
That is quite the collection. So,
Thank
Robert,
you.
I'm Steve. I'm Steve.
Yes, Steve, we met before up in Louisville last year, but you meet a lot of people, so I'm not big deal if you don't remember. But yeah, good to see you.
Where did we meet at? What event?
Actually, we met at Bourbon's Bistro. I think you were heading to play some poker.
Oh yeah, okay. Yes, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, next time you need to join us and play. It's a normal thing when I'm there. So we like to play a little poker at Bourbon's Bistro. So cool. We're drinking this first one. It's Abner Doubleday. Don't know a whole lot about it. It is bourbon. It's out of Cooperstown Distillery in Cooperstown, New York. It's a sourced product. They don't say where it's from. They don't even give you the hint of, sourced from Indiana or anything like that. But that's what we know about it. We didn't catch much on the nose. Some floral notes. All right, Robert, what do you think?
Definitely a pretty significant amount of rye in the mash bill.
Mhm.
And I agree with the floral notes, almost grassy notes on the nose for me.
Yeah. We unfortunately said it's disappointing. I mean, it's got a great look to it, but not going to be a favorite one that we seek out. But this is what this stuff's about too. Try it, series. Try it and see what it's all about. So, anything else on the taste on this one of note? We will come back to it too. We always like to go through 2 rounds, because let it sit for a while, see if it changes a little bit, and we'll see. Bill, what do you think on that one?
It was all right, just a little light.
It is definitely light. Yeah. Yeah. So it's probably not a very old product. And you can tell some of that by the color too. I'd say that's straw colored.
Yeah, I looked up a little bit about it, and I think they said it was a blend of 5-year and younger bourbons. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
what it
young,
said.
whatever they blended.
That's what it
Okay.
says. Blend of young and 5-year-old bourbons.
Mhm.
Okay. Robert, back to that collection behind you there. How many bottles do you have there?
Oh, he's on mute.
Oh, you're on mute. Hold on. Here, you're on mute. So if you want to, I can't take anybody off mute when they're on mute, but I can hit it, and then it gives a little
Oh, no,
menu.
so it's fairly significant. That's one wall of 3 with whiskey and other spirits on it. So yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
I guess. So tell it, like in your house, is this like the basement, like a man cave type of thing, or I mean, that's
I live in Texas. No basements in Texas.
No basements in Texas. Okay.
So it's just a room that my wife let me take over, and she was tired of whiskey being everywhere all over the house, and put nice shelving in, and just put everything from everywhere, and got it consolidated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but mostly bourbon. I'd say 3/4 shells of bourbons, rye, Tennessee whiskey, American whiskey, then a little bit of Canadian, and I get into international, Japanese Scotch, some brandy cognac, rums, agave spirits, and other cats and dogs. No vodka, no gin. I'm just not it has to have some color for me to drink it.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of where I am too. I mean, in reality, I have this love for bourbon and rye. I like rye too, but I struggle with some of the the single malt stuff and scotches and Canadian whiskeys and Japanese whiskey. But I'm just a bourbon guy, I guess.
Well, I have a lot of friends that come over that don't like bourbon, which is quite fine with me. More for me, and they can drink it.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Cool. All right, let's put this one aside, and we'll come back to it. Like I said, we with these tastings, we always run through them twice. It's a good idea to do so. Sometimes they do change, sometimes for the better, as we know, sometimes for the worse. But we'll see what happens. Next up is the Buffalo Trace, the Kosher Wheat Bourbon. We'll run through that one. McNew is actually going to lead us on this tasting because the Tasted series is going to be taken over by McNew next year. So pretty exciting stuff. She's got a lot of them lined out and doing pretty well. Sold out one already. So she's doing good. So
this is one of those put me in the game coach things, isn't
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to just throw her out there and be like, she's never done this before. So yeah, so now she gets to do it. And yeah, so go ahead, McNew.
All right, so this is the Buffalo Trace Kosher Bourbon. It's aged for 7 years in kosher barrels, and I couldn't find any information on what made them kosher, except that Buffalo Trace partnered with the Chicago Rabbi Council. So I guess they got walked through what they needed to be kosher. They cleaned out all the lines when they bottled these things. So it's kind of a cool process.
McNew, one thing about this is, and again, I'm not Jewish. I want to be very respectful, but I don't know the rules and things like that. But yeah. I do know that there's different levels. Like Boone County comes in and a rabbi makes it kosher by doing a blessing or something like that. There's a ceremony that he does. With Buffalo Trace, they do it a little bit differently. They do like the full version of this, where at one point, like during Passover, it's they can't own whiskey, so they actually sell it to their president and CEO, Mark Brown.
Yeah,
Gentile. He's not Jewish. He actually buys the whiskey during Passover for $1, and then at the end of Passover, he sells it back to Sazerac for $1. It's a weird thing that so they really follow the letters of the law with this.
They did, yeah. And I know in the bottling line, they went through and flushed out all the lines so that they were clean and kosher. Whatever rules they had to meet, they went to do that.
Yeah. So it's they really take it very, very seriously. So which is cool.
Yeah. Which is a cool process, and it's 94 proof. It's made with the same Weller wheat mash bill. So let's go see what we smell.
Yeah, very different than the last one. There's a lot on the nose on this one. I mean, there's something sweet there.
Yeah. What are you getting, Rick?
It's sweet. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Sweet cherry, maybe. I mean, it's
fruity.
Got a bit of a bubblegum odor.
Bubblegum? Yeah. It does have a very sweet, that you could say, bubblegum. I think that's good.
I'm gonna say kind of like a donut, like a donut with cherry frosting on it.
I'm getting kind of a cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke.
Yeah, I get that cola also. I mean, overwhelmingly sweet, like cherry, sugary, but I get the like kind of a cola or something also.
All right, let's see what it tastes like. Still really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I would say for me, that the cherries comes through in the taste as well. So kind of a cherry turnover taste. Kind of like you get at McDonald's when I used to get in high school, the cherry turnover.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Like Danny, what about you?
I also get the cherry turnover flavor out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
Anybody get
But-
anything different or like less sweet?
You know, on the finish, I get just a little bit of a hint of spice. Not a whole lot, but it's just the sweet base, a little spicy finish.
Get a little bit of that too.
Yeah, me too, Robert. I get a little bit at the back of the palate. It spices up a little bit, for sure.
It's got good heat to it. For would you say it was 94?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's got a light mouthfeel. Dissipates quick, but it's got a good finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it's good.
Like I would like to have this one like, I don't know, I guess I could like go pour a Weller or something, but I think it's so much lighter and different than those are, even though it has the same mash bill.
Yeah.
Nice lingering finish too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It does hang around.
Real nice.
Yeah.
Good.
What do you think, Paul?
I like it. I wish I could get a hold of a couple of these in Maryland, but unfortunately, no.
Hey, I bought some of this week. idrinkkosher.com. Check that out. $69. That's not bad. It's like a $50 retail, but for $19 extra, that ain't bad, man.
Maryland's a hippie state. You can't ship to Maryland.
No.
Check it out anew. Do you always? I mean, like Missouri, you can't ship to either, but a lot of them do.
I'll definitely check it out because I'm always looking for somebody who finds a loophole. Normally, I
Yeah.
have to ship to a store in DC and drive down and grab it.
Yeah,
I was gonna
because
say if you're close to DC, you could
DC,
probably go
anything
to
goes.
Seal Box or something.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've used. Sealbox. I got
Okay.
some stores down there that I'm only about 35 minutes from DC, so that's how I do. But it's just unfortunate I can't get it shipped to my door unless I can get Maryland Spirit shipped to my door, but that's about it.
That's about it. Well, like I said, check it out. It's just some of the websites send me stuff, some don't. So I don't know.
Was this a one-time thing, or is it going to be like a
I think they'll be doing it every year.
Yes,
Every year. Yeah.
that's the plan. Mr. Brenner, what do you think of this?
Come out in
What's that? It comes out, I think,
Right after Passover.
yeah,
Um,
that's when it came out
for
this year.
your spring holiday.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. Good job, McNew. That's a good one. We'll set that
That's a
one
good one.
aside. We will come back to it and see how it does I'll come back. Last one we got, again, this is a liqueur, so this is going to be a totally different category. It's 54 proof, which I guess is not bad in the liqueur world. So a lot of that stuff is 35, 40. So this is Rock and Rye from Mr. Boston, which is a Sazerac company. They do the weird thing where they say produced by Mr. Boston Distiller, Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know why they actually make it at. I didn't know Sazerac has anything in Louisville even, but I'm not sure.
Steve, is this the one with the orange peel in it?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Danny hates oranges, right? Is that one that you hate, Danny? Oranges and what else? Bananas? We'll see if Danny likes this or not.
I also hate
Or-
oranges, Danny.
Oranges, bananas, and pineapple,
Okay.
and avocado.
All right. On the nose, I know Pledge is made out of lemon. It tastes like an orange version of Pledge. Smells like an orange version of Pledge. To me,
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting.
Yes, I get nothing but orange.
It reminds me of a Sprite soda.
Okay.
I get those peachy rings that you can get at the gas station, but except orange, like just orange and sugar and something processed. That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit like a margarita, frozen margarita.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There's a lime note.
Yeah, there is a lime note.
Yeah.
It smells like really bad sour mix.
Yeah. That's what
Bingo.
if you make your margaritas with sour mix, that's what it smells like.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Still margarita glass.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's do this. Here we go. Good luck, everyone.
Wow.
Mm.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet and watery at the same time.
Nope.
There's better rock and rise out there than this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. We have the slow low one, which has a lot more rye flavor in it.
What is that, like Hofstadter's?
Mm-hmm.
Slow and low?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hofstadter's.
that's a lot better.
Yeah. It has like a lot more whiskey flavors in it.
This
That's
is just
100 proof with the orange label, which is better than the regular one. If you haven't seen it,
100 proof, huh? Oh, that would be better.
it is pretty.
I feel like I would have liked this when I was like being a degenerate in high school. Like it's like a really sweet drink.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Justine, what do you think on this one? What are your thoughts on the taste? Are you on mute? Or
Yeah, no, I said it's not good.
oh, well, we'll get to Danny last. I want to ask Danny last.
I just can't. It's like syrup. It's like bad syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes to me like if somebody gave me a blind sample of like a citrus simple syrup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it's that sweet, it's that thick, and it's
Yeah.
that viscous and sugary, and
It's like the syrup that they mix with pop, like or
yeah,
and
I could
make
make-
pop.
Like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a concentrate, like a concentrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I could use like a spoonful of this to make a killer old fashioned.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I
could
you
see
could
it.
use it
I
as a
could see
mixer.
that.
As an ingredient and
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
Like it almost has that texture of like that pre-bought simple syrup. If you buy it in the bottles, it has almost that thick
Mhm.
texture.
Mhm. Bob, what do you think of this one?
I've never tasted rock and rye before. It's pretty interesting. I just checked my phone. It's a blend of rye whiskey and rock candy.
Rye candy, exactly. That's where the rock comes from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Candy, and they throw in some oranges. So it's almost like a pre-made like old fashioned if you used a rye.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Bill, what are you pouring there? What do you got?
You're on mute.
Pikesville.
Pikesville dry. Okay. All right.
I think I ruined my Pikesville.
Oh, did you mix it?
Yeah, it tastes better, but it still tastes like shit.
All right. Robert, we will have you weigh in on this one.
Yeah, all of the above. It's very thin.
Hmm.
Not getting much rye at all. Mostly just and
Yeah.
the rock piece seems almost artificial, like an
Yeah.
artificial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, when we get done, I'm gonna combine it in a double day and see if I can get something to work.
maybe make it work.
Yeah.
That'll be our last step. We're gonna we'll have everybody do that. That's a
We'll
good
have a
idea.
little mixology class.
Yeah, because you
We can
can't
do
the
it.
double day. It's like it can only go upwards. I feel too, and this up.
We can't make it worse.
All right. The legend. What were your thoughts on this?
Like I said, I've had way better rock and ryes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and this ain't one of them. This is,
Okay. All right. Well, last but not least, we said we'd hold him off for last because he notoriously hates oranges, but maybe he loved this one. What did you think, Danny? Were you a fan?
Not a chance.
No.
Did you try it?
Anybody-
Did you try
Yes,
it?
I tried it and I spit it back out. I could not take it. Nope.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
Danny got mad at me
It's
one
done.
time. I made him drink some of that non-alcoholic bourbon.
I'd rather drink that.
He came into a party and I was like, "Here, try this." And he did. Oof.
I'd rather drink that all day.
That's bad then. Yeah.
I tried it
Yes.
just because I couldn't believe anything could be that hard, but it was.
Well, this is worse, in my opinion.
That's worse than that.
Nah, it ain't worse. It's
Oh, it is.
close, but
Because no, it's worse. I would rather drink that non-alcoholic crap.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't drink the non-alcoholic bourbon, but everybody who did was like they couldn't get that taste out of their mouth. So I don't know. All right, let's circle back. Let's double all the way back to Abner Doubleday, the first one that we tasted. Let's see if any difference happened here with a little bit of time. Still not much on the nose. It's light on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I still say it's out of Texas.
It's a Texas bourbon. Oh, gosh.
Even though I'm from
Well,
Texas.
Robert's from Texas now. Robert, are you a huge fan of Texas bourbon? Because we notoriously, yeah.
I am not. But
Okay.
I'm not a Cowboy fan either, so what can I say?
Yeah, the same thing with Danny. Danny's not a Cowboy fan, which surprised. I didn't know that. So I figured Danny was a Cowboys fan.
Nope.
I thought everyone from Texas liked the Cowboys, even the people
unless
in
you're from
Houston.
Houston, I mean, you know.
Oh no, I think they like them too.
Hmm.
All right, let's give this one a taste. See if this is improved. Here we go.
I'll give you a hint. It hasn't.
No.
I think the air might have been not kind to it.
I was going to say, I think it got worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the oranginess went out of it, but I don't know if it's because we just drank the rock and rye.
True. True.
I think the rock and rye just
Yeah.
killed
I
our
might-
palates and
yeah, I
then
might
made
need
it
to
even worse.
Right. Well, I think this is better than the rock and rye every day.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. We'll
I can't do the rock and rye. Nope.
can't do the rock and rye.
Nope.
We will revisit this one final time with the rock and rye at the end.
Nope.
We'll do a mix.
All right.
A mix. Any other thoughts on this? Is it any different notes or anything like that for anybody? I mean,
No, I mean, I think it's one of those just random cheap sourced you grab off the shelf when
Yeah.
you're like, hey, I've never seen that bottle. It's $25. Let me buy it. And then you get home and you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give
they
this a
put
guess.
really more thought into like the bottle design than they did the whiskey itself on that one.
yeah. It's not undrinkable. It's just, yeah, it's a gimmick.
uninspired. It's uninspired for sure.
Yeah.
Like the
It's a mixer for sure.
Right.
Hopefully, they're working on their own stuff and, they'll get to a point where they're selling their own stuff and maybe they're doing things right where that'll be some good stuff. But
Mhm.
they definitely went cheap on the sourcing.
Yeah, that's one question I have, like, overall in this whole industry is, like, when you're sourcing and you source something like that, like, how low on the totem pole do you have to be, and, like, where does it come from? Like, are you? I mean, if you're sourcing from like Indiana, like, do they have just a whole nother tier that they're like, oh, we don't know you, so these are the barrels you get to choose from because they taste like a foot. Like,
you get
Yeah.
the foot barrels.
It
yeah,
could,
like
yeah.
that's
Well, what comes to mind right away for me, because I know that they do cheap barrels and they do source a lot. The former OZ Tyler. I mean,
Mm.
their stuff is not good, and
Oh,
especially if you're getting
God.
the young stuff that just is coming off the year and a day or whatever.
Honestly, like OZ Tyler kind of makes sense for this.
This would be what I would guess.
That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, which is not known to be great stuff. So even they're trying to distance themselves a little bit from that, it seems, with the name change and offering some products now that haven't gone through that process, which is hopefully long term that's their plan. But they do source a lot of brands, and so whatever, I forget what city they're in, but you can always tell if some of the labels say from that city. OZ Tyler's, and they're the only one in town. So if they're saying that, it's clear it's going to be OZ Tyler.
They're in Owensboro.
Owensboro, yeah. Yep.
They make this Duke bourbon I've been drinking while watching John Wayne movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's decent though, isn't it, Bob? The Duke
It's
one.
not bad.
I don't mind the Duke. I don't mind the Duke at all, actually.
Not bad at all.
From some of the stuff that I've had, I was apprehensive going in, but I didn't mind the Duke bourbon.
The Duke, yeah. Supposedly, John Wayne used to create his own mixes with like Old Crow and other brands where you'd put in certain amounts of each, and supposedly they have that written out. I'd love to see the actual inspiration for those bottles that they're making today. What his old recipes are. That'd be cool.
That's an event right there, Steve. Get with his kids who have the brand. Get that recipe. Let's do it and put it out there on a virtual.
That would be cool. That would actually be a good one for sure. Yeah. All right, McNew, you want to take us back through our friend here in the middle, the wheat?
Yep. Let's go back to our kosher Buffalo Trace. Still a lot of cherries on the nose.
Yeah.
I get a lot of cherries, but a little bit of hint of raisin now.
Okay. Still a very nice nose, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Still smells like a cherry jelly donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a little bit of like graham cracker or something too. Like
Little coffee.
Yeah.
This one's good enough to drink without mixing anything with it and just leave it alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, I do like it. I do like it.
What's the proof on this?
94.
It's a little light, but it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Has it, just saying, again, it's more of the cherry note, but to me, it's kind of like eating one of the Queen Anne cherries.
I love those cherries. Yes.
It's got kind of a small little hint of chocolate to it, but the cherry really does shine through on this one.
So is Queen Anne, I'm not familiar with, is that a chocolate covered cherry then?
Yes.
Okay.
They usually come out like at Christmas and I never see them.
Is that the ones that have like the cream in there or the light syrup in there?
That's the cream in it. The cellos have the clear liquid.
Liquid, yeah. It's like the lighter syrup. So okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
But the Queen Anne, they're the ones that has the white liquid.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah.
Don't eat the Zachary crap. I'm just telling you now. Don't eat that crap.
Okay. That's like a bad brand, Zachary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm liking everything about this. And yeah, it's good. It's like I said, 94. I usually am like a guy who's like 100 proof, but to me, this heats up at about 100 proof. It feels like about the 100 proof area, so which is nice.
Yep.
It's not definitely not overpowering, but it does warm up nicely. It's got a good finish. So. Yep, this is a good one. I never saw any of this local at all. I don't even know. Danny or Rick, did either of you guys see a bottle of this anywhere? I never saw it one place.
I've never
I
seen
haven't
it
seen it
anywhere.
here.
Yeah. So that's where you gotta search
right,
these things out online.
With all my travels, I have not found one. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see some people. Saw some stores in like Oklahoma or something like that. Jessica Ann, I don't know if you know her from Instagram. She's been on our shows a couple times. She had some posts of some stores out there that had it on the shelves, but like I said, haven't seen it around here at all.
what part of Oklahoma? Do you know?
I don't remember.
Mhm.
Don't remember.
The bad part.
Yeah, I think she was just driving through because she drove to Colorado earlier this year. It might have been just a road trip stop.
Yeah, I think she
Right.
cut through
Because
there.
because when I go down to Texas, I have to drive straight down through the middle of it. So that's the reason why I was asking.
Through Oklahoma. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
You like Oklahoma's football team, don't you?
You're funny. You're very funny, Steve.
Okay. Well, I think this one is safe to say this one wins tonight, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
winner.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
this one wins the evening for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Danny, we're gonna go back to your favorite one,
Nope.
Rock and Rye.
He says no thanks.
Man,
Nope.
it's
I'm
the
done.
the nose seemed to get stronger on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. And it has a weird kind of manufactured.
Like a orange, lemon, lime candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mix
Okay.
about 3/4 of any kind of 100 proof, and it tastes slightly better.
You could say that about like gasoline, probably.
But
Really,
Bill,
Danny? You tried that, Danny?
no, but Bill, does it get rid of the orange taste? That's what I'm concerned with. The orange taste and the orange smell.
So this is not going to be published anywhere other than like our YouTube channel, correct?
Right, right.
This reminds me of when I was little and I would get sick, like a cold or whatever, and my mom would buy that orange triaminic cough syrup and give
Oh.
it to me.
Mm-hmm.
100% exactly what it tastes like.
Like
Yeah.
Maybe your mom was giving you Rock and Rye to put you to sleep.
right.
It was possible. It was
Yeah,
possible.
Justine, this is your medicine. Where's the bottle? Oh, quiet. Don't worry about it. Why is it in a shot glass, Mom?
3 shots of this, you'll sleep. You'll sleep.
But
Real well.
that's funny though, because like Rock and Rye was marketed as a cough medicine in like the 1800s.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like its original purpose was a cough medicine.
Because the sugar coats your throat, and so you don't cough anymore because your throat is just coated with viscous sugar.
Yeah.
Nasty sugar.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's heard of the hot toddy, so
Oh yeah. 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 All right. Let's take our non-winners, 1 and 3 here.
Mhm.
Doubleday, and I'm gonna mix them. Let's see.
no,
We're not going to
I don't
ruin
think-
anything.
You can't ruin anything, so it's fine. It's fine.
Swirl it.
This is science now. We've gone from a tasting to science here, folks.
Didn't know we were getting a science class today.
Right.
Chemical engineering.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Hmm.
It really cut out that orange smell though. That helped.
It helped the nose a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Try it, Danny.
nope.
No, didn't know.
It's bad.
No, it really did make it worse.
it actually took 2 bad items and combined they made themselves worse. I don't know
Oh
how,
my God.
but they
You made it
did.
so much worse.
I'm so glad I did not do that.
Come on, Danny, try it.
No,
Danny, you got to be part of the group.
Oh my gosh.
I am part of the group, but I am not doing that.
Come on, Danny.
Andy,
The
without all,
nose got better, but the palate got worse.
Yeah, the nose was a little bit better, but
Oh.
the
I don't
palate,
know.
palate was, oh.
I don't know if I've ever had anything that bad. I don't think I drank stuff that bad when I was in high school and around for stuff.
Oh my god. Oh.
There's a reason why when I turn around and went to try this sample, I turn around and turned my camera off.
Polite of you.
I was trying to be polite to the group because you had already warned me that there was an orange pill in the bottom of that.
Yeah.
And then I smelt it, and then it was nothing but pure orange.
Yeah.
I don't taste
Good.
much rye in this.
No.
No.
No, exactly.
It's a splash of rye and rock sugar, probably neutral grain spirits, and it's even caramel colored in there. So
Oh, that's probably why it smells and tastes processed. Like
yeah, probably that coloring probably has a nose to it. Serve at room temperature or serve on the rocks.
because if you serve it cold, it's gonna just congeal back into a sugar.
You'll get your piece of rock candy back.
Put a stick in a bottle, chill it, break the glass. And
You know what? It might not make bad ice cubes though,
Huh, I don't know.
if it would freeze.
Mm.
Bad ice cubes.
I don't know. It's too just not real of a taste. It tastes
That's
Yeah.
fake.
a laboratory. Yeah,
Yeah.
it tastes fake. So
Yeah, it's not good.
I bet you could take some good rye and take some rock candy and
Oh yeah.
dissolve some rock candy into a good rye, and I bet you wouldn't taste anything like this stuff.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I bet that would actually be delicious.
Yeah, no, this is a bar about me in Annapolis, Dry 85. They do, or they did, I don't know, with COVID. I haven't been there in like a year and a half. But they had a rock and rye that they would make from scratch with rock candy, and they'd
Right.
heat it up, and then it tastes like rye whiskey that's sweet.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
that sounds
You could
good.
probably mix rye whiskey with gravel and it would taste better.
This is true.
Yep. Bill, I think you're right.
I'm just going back to the middle one.
Gonna finish that kosher bourbon and
Yes.
make my mouth not mad at me.
Oh, I moved on to something else. I've already finished the kosher bourbon.
Well, that's how he becomes a legend right there.
Mhm. It's way ahead of us.
So, honestly, does somebody want to vote for anything else? I'm voting for kosher bourbon was my favorite. Anybody?
Oh yeah,
Kosher.
Kosher bourbon.
Kosher for sure.
Cheers, gang. Kosher bourbon.
Cheers.
it's the one empty glass.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to the at-home audience here. Again, we record this for people that can't make it. I will stick around. We can just chat like we always do. So that should be fun. I'll say goodbye to them. See you guys.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy. Hopefully you enjoyed these as much as we did. All right. Bye.